Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming. This is Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 1, live fan reactions. So just taking a second to let all this sink in. A lot of good information tonight, and boy, did it really, really ramp up the very end. I want to thank each of you for being here tonight, and this is our first week of doing Game of Thrones. We did the countdown, and now we are doing the reaction video. I want to give a special shout out to all the patrons. You can see them up there on the screen. And some really, really good moments tonight. We should have did this in the countdown. I know we do it a lot, like what the expectation was. We normally give it a 1 to a 10, but if we would have did that tonight, honestly, the numbers would have been through the roof. I am so anxious. I'm not big on ratings, as you guys know, but I am a little curious to see what's going to go down with the ratings on this, because some people are saying it's going to be up there for one of the most epic of all time, not just in the last couple years, but there's been a lot of people that are super, super psyched. Didn't have the death, didn't have a lot of things that people thought. And look, we've only got 5 more episodes, so it's going to have to ramp up really quickly. But I got a lot of notes here, and getting down to the very end, and I got the moment for me was Sam standing there talking to Dany and finding out that she killed his family. I mean, that was a little bit, you got all these good moments and flying around with dragons and waterfalls and all of those things, and then you think that Sam's going to get this epic promotion. I think he probably, you think that he might have took a little bit of enjoyment in telling Jon that he was the heir to the throne. We got June Smith super chatting. It says, Jon Snow knows something now. You know nothing, Jon Snow. He certainly does. Was there, maybe it's just me, did anybody think there might be like a slight chance that Jon would show his loyalty to Dany and kill Sam? There was just this little small fear that I had in the back of my mind, like, oh no, if he thinks these are the only two that know and he said treason, I thought, how bad would it have been if Jon would have just killed him? So I was like, I'm glad. E. Beach, well, the truth is out. Jon, the true king. It was a little bit wicked. So let me throw this out there for you guys. Well, you guys got a lot of faith in Jon, but I think it's going to get really tricky, and Dany is getting dark in a hurry. So your reaction, if you had to pick one thing tonight, what was the most shocking moment from tonight's episode? I'm going to read a couple comments. So I got some people coming in right now saying amazing episode. We in Walking Dead billboard, best scene ever. Dragon intro with everyone running. It was loud too. I had 3 kittens that were a little bit freaked out by it. Jamie's reaction. Yeah, not the reunion that everybody expected. The Hound seeing Arya. Brandon, Jamie. Yeah, last time I was here, just kind of tossed you out a window. That was, and that's probably the most fresh in our minds. How about the Greyjoys? A lot of stuff going on with the Greyjoys. The rescue, and then, yes. Cersei, she's got a plan, I guess. Think she's going to try to trick them into thinking it's a Greyjoy baby? I'm just reading a couple comments, everybody. She is so power hungry. No elephants. Yeah, he's not boring. I love some of the lines. Well, we could certainly tell the Sansa Daenerys. I mean, that just the comments back and forth. I think the line that I really enjoyed was when she said, we don't have enough food. What do dragons eat? And then Dany says, whatever they want. The dragons are going to take a little bit of time to sort of blend in. But you've got this Civil War type of mentality, and I hate to bring it back to it, but it is so much like kind of The Walking Dead, isn't it? And a lot of you are Walking Dead fans, so I appreciate you guys transitioning over, watching both. But you know how they can't get along and you got all this kind of anarchy from within and they're going to have to piece it together to fight the Whispers? Well, it looks like the same thing is really going down right now in Game of Thrones. And it's been brewing for a while, but they need each other now more than ever. We got William the Walking Dead billboard, Jon Snow and Arya. Anyone she's got something up her sleeve. William, several people have something up their sleeve. And I really like that Arya said that Sansa is the most intelligent person she knows. Now, they really are building on that. And if you also notice that Tyrion had a very similar comment. Like when Tyrion told Sansa, a lot of people have underestimated you in the past, and most of those people are dead. Am I the only one that doesn't really think that she's that powerful? But boy, they're hyping it up in a hurry. So I just think there's going to be a course of events going to change. And she can be a little twisted, but I think they're going to build her up even more. So she is kind of an equal of Dany. So there's that standoff. We got another super chat here. E-Beach says, who will be the first one Arya kills with the faces? Feels like it's going to be next week. I mean, doesn't it? Doesn't feel like this is the one I enjoyed the most. And yeah, I don't want to react too quickly to next week. Hey, if you guys can do me a favor, we got a ton of people here. Everybody, Dracarys, the like button. If we can get 300, 400, 500 people to hit that like button really, really quickly, that would be awesome. If you guys like what we do, you like hanging out, you like reacting, you like talking about Game of Thrones, leave your comments because I'm going to try to get some of your comments included in this video. Also, keep in mind it's a reaction video, so if I don't get a chance to call on everybody personally, which I probably won't because there's a lot of people logging in, your comments will be a part of the video. So, keep it somewhat respectable. I get it. There's going to be a lot of emotion, but thank goodness this was not a therapy video that we can just react to it. William says Arya is the alpha of Game of Thrones. Well, not yet, but boy, she can be a little bit cold. She certainly can. Khaleesi Mandy did a lot of, there were some good one-liners tonight. I'm going to go through and just pick a couple notes that I thought. It was a good overview, a good path, and we thought it could go one of two different ways tonight. We thought, okay, maybe they're going to come out of the gates and kill a lot of people, or it's going to tie up a lot of loose ends. And this certainly, it tied up some loose ends, answered some questions, but it left a lot of good questions for us to get into next week. Sheila Mack missed Miss Bree. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get our fair share. Darren says, how do you think Dany's going to find out about Jon? Well, I don't know that there's going to be... I think this is going to have to stay low profile, right? There's only a few people that know, and I just don't feel like this is the time and the place to go out and say, hey, everybody, guess what? There's some new news, and I'm the actual king. Because, like Sam said, you gave up your throne for your people. Will she do the same? I don't think she will. What do you guys think? Let's put this out there to 999 Army. You guys can all just give me a quick comment. Let me know. Is Dany too power hungry? Will she step aside to let the rightful king take over? I'm going to say, oh, hell no. Hell no. And I think this is going to push her to a further level of madness. This is probably going to be the beginning of her madness. And I also thought the conversation with Sam and Jon was one of the best of the night. Because he even asked, like, would you do it? Would you kill people for not bending the knee? She does. Jon is a different type of leader. Just like her father. And next week, when she's face to face with the Kingslayer. What is Jaime doing? What is he even doing there? I understand, he's trying to help. It's a big war, but I don't know. I don't know that they're going to want his help. I'm really concerned. I'm concerned they're not going to be able to work it out. Yeah, Tristan, I got a feeling, as much as I want him to survive it, I got a feeling he's going to be toast. Valar Super Chat says first episode was fire. I loved it. Second episode is going to be fire when Jaime gets roasted. BLP says, was the dragon jealous of Jon or recognized he is a Targaryen? Hey, can you guys do me a favor and make sure that punk Luke Walsh is banned from our channel and never shows up again? What a idiot you are, man. Thank you for showing up, but please don't ever show up again. We don't do trolls here. You come out and hang out on our channel, you're going to come here and you're going to act like you got a little bit of respect. William, the Walking Dead Billboard, Slasher Nation, welcome. Hey, I do really quickly, this is not a commercial break, but I do want to tell you guys about our channel because we got a lot of people here from Game of Thrones. We're big into Walking Dead fan. We're going to be doing Game of Thrones all year long. So if you're brand new and you like talking about the show, you like doing predictions, theories, reaction videos, do me a favor, subscribe, hang out with us. One thing that me and the moderators will do our best, if you guys like to talk around people that enjoy the show and really try to monitor trolls and don't get super crazy and afraid to give your opinion, then hopefully this is a channel you guys will want to hang out at because I know there's a lot of new people. First time we've done Walking Dead conversations. First time we've ever done it live after a show. So look forward to getting a whole lot of new people here. And if you're mature, respectable, you like to discuss theories and predictions, this is a place hopefully that you guys will want to be. So with that being said, I'm going to ask all the 999 armies here right now, do me a favor, pop that like button. We got to have a Game of Thrones. And also, the green team, show me some Game of Thrones emojis that you guys got up there. We switched one of the emojis out this week. We have a Walking Dead billboard. Luke down the hall, 7 miles to the left. Yeah, he's gone. We already got him out of here. So Julia still thinks, I think Jaime will kill Cersei. Well, he's got a long way to go. It doesn't seem as feasible, but what do you guys think about Cersei putting a hit out on her brothers? Not one, but is that a little bit surprising? I mean, wouldn't you think she'd want to keep Jaime alive? Maybe, Tyrion probably long time coming, but to put out a hit on both brothers? Yeah, that was surprising to me. There were some really good twists here. And look, I know there's a lot of, there wasn't death and gore and a whole lot of stuff. I mean, they did not, technically, they burnt a kid. I mean, that's HBO. That's Game of Thrones. And I know the already dead, already turning, White Walker mode, but it's still a little, it's a little edgy, right? HBO never fails to push the envelope a little bit. I'm just catching up on a couple comments here. Keep typing your reactions, your comments, and want to get this included in this. Bran looks... Am I the only one that is a little afraid of Bran? I mean, he kind of creeps me out a little bit. Just kind of like that all-seeing entity. Certainly, yeah. William the Walking Dead billboard says, I hate her. I hope she's barbecue for the dragons. I don't think so. I think Cersei is... She's too evil. She's got to be there at the very end. I know it'd be like one of those great moments, like the whole crowd would exhale, like, she's dead, finally. But no. You got to have that villain, but I did see, if I had a rating system, Sansa took a step forward, Dany took a slight step back from a power standpoint in my mind. Next week, we'll see how it lays out. But I do think, I see Dany's character becoming more bloodlust, more power hungry. Maybe not controlled. And that's, she's still got to have some allies. But I just don't know how, I don't know there's a good way to let anybody know that Jon is the rightful heir. But, you know, Jon was brought back from the dead. I mean, I'm just going to throw this out. Does Dany have the ability to kill Jon? I'm not saying she would to try to defend her throne. But do you think Jon would be that naive? And the other thing is, do you think he can even die at this point? I mean, maybe he's got some immunity. It's been brought back. Step aside and then just let her have the power and keep it quiet? Okay, so follow-up question. We talked about strictly on a power-only front here. Does he end the relationship now that they're related? How does this work out? I want to see kind of some of the audience response to that. Distant, some people are saying he should. It does, right? Now that he has some knowledge of it. Is she going to be like, hey, Jon, come to bed? Ah, no, just not a good night tonight. I got a little bit of a headache. All right, next night. Is he just going to keep making an excuse every night? I mean, at some point, it's going to have that hard conversation. Yeah, I don't see Bronn killing them either, but I don't see Bronn killing Cersei. But you never know. I mean, if all else failed and the Night King's going to take over and he has a chance to disappear somewhere, who knows? We got people say Jon won't even tell her. I mean, his first reaction was that would be treason. Some good comments in here. I'm going to try to jump around and get a few more people's thoughts. So I do want to do this, and mods, just keep a close eye on this because numbers, there's going to be a lot of numbers on the screen because there's a lot of people watching. I'm going to ask you guys to give me a reaction rating. Give me a scale 1 to 10. Not just based on you've been waiting for 2 years to see it. Give me honest assessments. 1 to a 10, how good was the episode? Did it meet your expectations, exceed your expectations? 7, some 9s, 8s, 9s. You can see the real hardcore fans. Ooh, okay. I like the honesty. I really do. When I see, 1s is a little corny. 12s, okay, that's a little corny too. But when I see 7s and 8s, that makes me take a little pause because I want to dig down a little bit to see what you liked and what you thought could have been done a little bit better. William said, how does anyone survive beautiful dragon lady and dragons? Numbers. I mean, the Night King can survive it. He's got a way to take over. Dude's got some ice spears. And never underestimate Valyrian steel. So a lot of people who are saying Sheila Mack's a hardcore fan, 8.5. Jake says an 8. Jared says an 8. Elena E. giving it a 6. 7 or an 8. So I'm gonna go on record here. I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna give it a 9. And next week when we do the countdown, we're gonna do some pre-assessments, and that way we can compare before and after. But I like that most of the questions that I had going in got answered quickly because there's only 6 episodes. So with 6 episodes, there's going to be plenty of time for killing and death and war and, Theon wanting to go help the Starks and fight. I think there's a little bit of a redemption story that can go down with that. Cersei staying in the character, already pregnant, and, maybe it's going to be a Greyjoy baby. Some more to that. She's sitting there having her glass of wine. And the last couple minutes really got escalated in a hurry. From Jon finding out to the stare down with Jaime and Bran. And then it only made me really, really interested in bringing Jaime before the court next week. It's like, at first the girl's questioning Jon's not, stepping down from being king and giving it to someone else. So there's going to be a lot of politics. So you got politics in play. You've got some deceit in play. You don't know who kind of likes who. It's going to be a little cloak and dagger. And then you got this enemy like no other enemy. And it's going to take everybody, while they're trying their quest for power, who knows if they can even beat the Night King. Yep. A lot of people gathering in the north, and I still feel like the Dragon Showdown is going to be a big deal. And of course the direwolves too. I mean, I still want to see if Arya is going to be in danger, and then that's when we're going to see the wolves again. If they're saving the big I get a feeling like the big Dragon Showdown though, that's got to be the last episode. That might be one of the memories that we take away. So I wouldn't expect too much of that. It was cool to see Jon flying around. So somebody asked a question a little bit ago, and I just want to get some more reactions because we jumped to another super chat. Was the dragon jealous of Jon, or does the dragon have some ability to kind of see through and to see that true bloodline? That maybe knows something. I mean, it might be a stretch, even if the dragon did know something and looked at him like that. It's not like he can tell anybody. I think so too. I think just kind of protecting his mom. I mean, if he knew Jon is a Targaryen, what difference, is it going to make? Unless something happens to Dany and then Jon can control the dragons. That would be kind of cool. Dude has Valyrian steel and has a couple dragons. I love it. Green Light says, Drogon was thinking, dude, what are you doing kissing your aunt? That's wrong. Okay, well, good comment. All right, let's get a few more comments in here. Love the reactions, everybody. So, do want to let you guys know, we are going to be doing random things tomorrow. So 9 o'clock tomorrow night, there will be a Walking Dead topic and a Game of Thrones topic. So you want to get in that with a few other random topics. Wednesday night, we'll be talking Walking Dead. And Thursday night, we will be doing Thursday Thrones. And Thursday Thrones is 9 o'clock. It's going to be discussing the upcoming episodes. So if you guys want to get in, you want to make some predictions, you want to dig down some things that could potentially happen, that's going to be the night to do it. And then, of course, Friday we'll be doing our Freestyle Friday. A lot of fun. So we got gaming fans, we got Game of Thrones fans, we got Walking Dead fans. This channel has a lot of diversity. People that are from all different types of past streams, whether it's some of our first video game play to doing some of our theories. So hopefully we can get all of you guys included in that. The more the merrier. Dinestus says, does that mean the Night King is a Targaryen? I don't know. I'm not going out on a limb yet of what the Night King is and who the Night King is. Too early for me to kind of throw my hat in the ring with that. I didn't feel like Jaime. I see a couple people commenting on Jaime Lannister, and it does look a little dicey for next week. I didn't feel like he would make it all the way through, but I also didn't think it would escalate that fast. And if Daenerys is saying, we thought about what we would do to the Kingslayer if we're ever confronted in that situation, it doesn't appear like he's just going to be free to go and get his papers and be able to kind of fight the war. I feel like there's going to be some torture or some imprisonment or something. I'm going to get a couple more comments in here. Still here, everybody. Just getting a couple more comments in the stream. Leave your reactions to tonight's Game of Thrones, and I'm going to call on a couple people here. Reese says she'll let Jaime live so she comes across as a good queen. Yeah, I guess she's killed enough. Well, I certainly think if Dany gives Jaime the opportunity to bend the knee, I certainly think he will. So, maybe that's kind of his get out of jail free pass. Somebody said Bran will keep Jaime alive. Be some true forgiveness there, right? Sarah, when we don't do links to watch shows. Yeah, that's not legal. No, I don't think any of the dragons are going to burn Jon. But it does really depend on which side of the fence you're on. I mean, you saw when Tyrion was looking down and Jon and Dany were there, and they were talking about, like, the old people, and then Varys says nothing lasts forever. I think that's a little bit of foreshadowing, right? That one of the two has to go. So let's see where you guys are at. If we get down to, and there's a battle for the throne, I know earlier we talked about maybe Cersei and Dany, but what about Dany and Jon? If one of two have to go, who would be the more powerful one? Who would be able to take over? So leave your thoughts and comments. William says, I hope little guy makes it. I like him. Name, sorry, that would be Tyrion. So who are you guys taking? Jon, says Reese. Now, as a follow-up question, would one kill the other, or would someone else? Another interesting conversation. All right, and give me your thoughts. So once again, 1 to a 10, how cool was it when Arya and Jon had their reunion? That was a good moment. So I think probably my second favorite scene of tonight was that some really, really good back and forth. Like, you still have the blade. Have you had to use it? Yeah, once or twice. So I got a feeling that if Dany goes a little bit too mad, Arya could perhaps do one of those disguises. Maybe Arya could be the one to take out Dany. What do you guys think about that? Possibility? I'm just thinking out loud. I mean, anything is possible at this point. But because there was that moment when Arya had her head to the side when she was hugging him, and Jon said, Sansa, I'm her family too. So if family is important, and her exact words were, Arya said to him, remember that, or don't forget that, something along those lines. It was an odd line to throw out there. It almost made me think that at some point, Jon's going to have to choose family. And if he can't choose family, maybe Arya would for him. I don't know, William. I don't think so. I don't think that's a possibility. I don't think Arya could ever kill Jon. But if Dany got out of control, and it's what needed to be done, I agree. Arya is trained for something big. I don't think she just kind of disappears and fades in the background. She's a badass. You don't take that type of power away. Yeah, so many good possibilities. I'm really, really loving the reactions. I did like Arya's reaction in the beginning. She had kind of a smirk on her face when the horses were walking by and they were coming into the kingdom. And as soon as she saw Jon, she immediately just kind of got that smile. Like, I think that started to set the tone. Like, here we go again, more marching into the city, what's happening, and then, oh, okay, now I get it. Really, really. So I know some of the people said 7s and 8s. It might not have had all the action that you wanted. It might not have had all the, immediate death. But I do think it planted a good seed with, I said planted a good seed at the same time that William Jones said Dany's pregnant with Jon's baby. So, yeah, pun not intended there. But some really, really good things set up for next week. All right, everybody. Hey, we are 32 minutes in. I didn't want this to be a super, super long reaction video. Just want to get your thoughts included in this. I see a lot of people jumped in and said, hey, I'm a new subscriber. Thank you so much. If you're brand new to our channel, I do want to ask you to do one thing. If you guys could do me a favor and type 999 if this is either the first, second, or third time you've ever watched one of our live streams. Because we got a veteran group here, and I want everybody here just to give you a shout out and say thank you, because our channel keeps growing because of people like you. We've got William the Billboard says she's going to explode this season. I got that from that scene. There you go. Will Smith, thanks for being here. You guys can see there's a lot of new people. So if you've been here for a while, do me a favor and just shout out some of these people. Tristan Fort, thank you for being here. The Cut 2009. Melissa Ann. John Novella, appreciate you being here. James Hensley. Derek Wares, appreciate you being here as well. G Nice. Kenneth, thanks for being here. Shell. Ron Lazada. Absolutely. Hey, appreciate you guys. Paula Reyes, good to see you. A. Sethi, thank you. Darren DeVos. Cade Woody. Juan Zamero, thank you. Redhead Bandana. Lot of new people, good faces. Thank you so much. Appreciate everybody being here. 99 Army, hold tight. I will shout all you guys out tomorrow night. Once again, if you like talking about shows, whether it's Walking Dead, whether it's Stranger Things, Fear the Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, we stream 6 nights a week. So you'll find us here. Hit that subscribe button, get notified, and then come here and hang out with us tomorrow night. I want to thank everybody for just a wonderful day, great reactions, and look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow night at 9 o'clock for some random things. Thanks, everybody. See you then. Peace.